Okay guys, we're going to talk about my UDS ugly drum smoker build. So we're going to walk through the anatomy of it, and then I have a follow-up couple of pictures in the video format to kind of go in a little more detail about the parts, and we'll probably add a parts list at the end as well. So here we go. Alright, first of all, we have 3/4 inch steel nipples, conduit nipples if you will, pipe nipples. Attached to that there's a 3/4 inch ball valve. I ordered them with all the hardware kind of together, set up to go with the UDS, but you can get this at your home improvement store. Then we have, you can see where the grill grates are drilled, where I've got mine about 7 inches and 13 inches. Primarily what we want to do is use the bottom one for high heat cooking. You can see there a little bit the two different bolts. So sometimes I might use a heat deflector shield or a water pan or something like that on the lower rack, on the upper rack for cooking at the time, or I can use 2 racks. I want to do a lot of meat. So you can see we also have the hanging rack system as well. Picked that up on eBay. It's adjustable. It mounts inside the drum, so you could just use some rebar, some steel bars, but that leaves a hole on the outside, and unless you weld it in, and I just wanted to eliminate or reduce the amount of holes as possible. So also, before we leave the inside, I have a 14-inch diameter fabricated coal basket, or charcoal basket, wood basket, whatever you want to call it. You can fabricate these out of expanded metal and grill grates and such. A lot of videos out there on that. However, for the price I paid for this and the quality of it, by the time you buy the parts and build it yourself, you're in it for maybe, I don't know, 20 bucks, and that's probably well worth it. It might even be twice that much. It might be $30 more, but that's sort of a painstaking step, and I think you end up with a better product by purchasing this. Okay, on the lid, we decided to go with just a kind of a rotating damper here, drilled 5 holes, 1-inch holes. We'll talk a little bit about the tools in the remaining segments of the video, but before I forget, to drill the holes, a unibit, a step bit works better than a hole saw. I went through 1-inch hole saw, drilling the 2 holes down here for the air intakes. I could probably get a 3rd hole if I needed to. Might even get 2 more out, and we're going to build another drum as well. My brother's going to build one. So for handles, these are they're garage door handles. Universal hardware, come 2 to a pack. What we ended up doing though was purchasing some shorter hardware so that it wouldn't protrude as far into the drum and through the lid and so forth. Then also, I think the last hole we have, well, there's 2 holes left to discuss. This is the temperature probe port, and it has a rubber gasket inside. It's not in there right now. It's designed to take a UF electric cable. It's got a slot in there. When you screw it down, tighten it up, it's supposed to be watertight. I'm finding that the opening's not large enough for me to get my probes through very easily, so I'm probably going to fabricate a piece of magnet or something of the nature to go in there to make it a little easier to do that. Then one last hole to talk about, and that's the thermometer hole, and that can be accomplished with about a 7/8 inch hole, I believe it was. But again, using your step bit, you're going to do fine, and it just threads through, and then you have a nut on the back to tighten it down. I kind of wish I'd have gone a slightly shorter stem. I think that's the 2.5 inch stem, maybe 3. I think the 2-inch max is probably the way to go. So those are some of the lessons learned on that. And one final thing, 2 final things now. I kept my lid clamp so that when I got longer cooks, I can clamp it down, reduce some of the air out of from around the lid, because you will get some leaks. These things are a little bit warped after the burnout process. I was as careful as I could be. And then finally, the weed burner, propane torch. That's a Harbor Freight item. You can get I think the $20 version doesn't have the starter. 10 more bucks, 30 bucks, you get the starter. I think if I had it to do over again, I wouldn't get the starter, but until you get used to them, it's nice to not have to light it with a lighter. All right, so that concludes the video walkthrough, if you will, walk around, and we're going to stay tuned for a little bit more information.